We are going to have some fun today because what we are going to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about style. Style, not just style with a smile, but we're talking about style. We want you to look good. So I've reached out to Michele Nidiffer, master style coach and owner of Style Finder, which is a beautiful boutique store located in North Hills in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. And good morning to you, Michele. How are you this morning?
Hey, Joe, good morning. I'm great. I'm excited to be here with you.
It's great to have you. I still haven't gotten out of my confusion state of mind. I have three monitors. So, like, when you're talking to me and I'm looking over here, and then I'm like, no, she's over here. So,
I won't take it personally.
yeah, don't take it personal. But thank you so much. Is this early for you? Is this a standard time of getting up for a style consultant?
Well, it depends on the week. During quarantine, yes, this is a little bit early for me. I've actually been sleeping in a little bit and enjoying it. But during normal life, as we know it, my son had to be at school at 7:30, so we were usually up pretty early.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's loving life right now because he doesn't have to
Yes,
get up,
he
right?
is. For sure.
Yeah. So now there's so much I want to dive into and explore today and getting to know you. But before I do, why don't you tell our viewing audience a little bit about yourself? Who is Michele
Sure.
Nidiffer?
Well, I am just someone who has struggled with, I think a big part of why I do what I do is because I struggled with self esteem for so long and self esteem, confidence, weight. But at the same time, I was always very interested in fashion and style and, expressing myself through my clothing. And I think for me, I really learned that style is a vehicle to help you express yourself to the world. And so I'm passionate about helping women feel beautiful, feel confident, and really define themselves through their style.
Right. Style can uh, take you far. You can go places with style.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Style and a smile get you through the door. Well,
There's a great quote. What is it? You can have anything you want in life if you dress for it.
oh, I like that. Well, then I'm in big trouble. As a matter of fact, I want you to know, and I didn't plan this. It's just because I didn't have any more clean t-shirts with this quarantine. I'm a little lax on laundry. I'm a t-shirt guy. I wear
Uh,
t-shirts all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have a shirt. So I threw on a collared shirt just for you.
I was going to ask you because I noticed you are a t-shirt kind of guy, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yo, no problem. My pleasure. Tomorrow I have the mayor of Amsterdam, the mayor of Schenectady, and as a joke, I was gonna. I probably shouldn't let this out, but I will because I'm not gonna do it. But I was gonna put a T-shirt on with a necktie just to
Ah,
say, hey, I dressed for the occasion.
oh
So,
my goodness.
so let's dive right in, okay? Because I want to talk a little bit about where the boutique store comes in. I want to learn a
Sure.
little bit about where you are with e-commerce. But first, let's talk about style coach and personal branding. If you don't mind, let's go down that road. Style coach. Obviously, I need one, but you specialize in helping women. We're going to talk about helping me and guys like me a little later on in the program, but let's start with women. So I'll use my sister just as an example because I have four beautiful sisters. But let's
Yeah.
just say one of my sisters just woke up one day and said, "You know what? I've got all these clothes. I don't know what to do. Where do you even start?"
Sure, sure. Well, as a style coach, it's so interesting. I tell women I have seen it all. There is no judgment, but I think it really starts with with the knowing of, there's something more out there. I feel maybe I look in my closet and I don't feel like I can put together an outfit, or I look in the mirror and I feel like that's not the woman I see in the mirror is not who I really am. It starts with kind of feeling disconnected from yourself, from your style, and then seeking somebody out. Like I've been a style coach for more than a decade, and there are style coaches all over the country. So it really, I think one of the best ways to find a good style coach is word of mouth. Ask somebody you know. Hey, who do you know? Because chances are, if you've got a stylish friend, they know somebody who can help you get on the right path. But I think, when you wake up and you start to feel like, oh, my body's changed, I don't know how to dress for it anymore, or maybe I've changed, my lifestyle's changed. We've had a lot of clients who have shifted careers, or maybe they've retired, or something has changed in their life and they don't know how to dress for it anymore.
Yeah, you just touched on something, and that was actually one of the questions I had for you today. Because, as we get older, your body's change. Now, some people refuse to believe it. Right? I'm not poking fun or judging anybody. I'm one of them. Hey, I like to think I still look like I did in high school, but we know it's not true because people remind me all of the time, every time I'm in public eating something. But the body changes. But do you find that sometimes people get stuck in this wardrobe that they spent money on, but I love this sweater. Yes, but the sweater doesn't fit anymore.
Yes. Yes, I do. And for years, I've gotten into clients' closets, and I've spoken to hundreds of women, and I just lovingly tell them to embrace the body you are in right now.
That's
Whatever that is, no judgment. But here's the thing, you have to take the judgment out of it, because if you're going to beat yourself up and say, oh, I'm 20 pounds heavier or 3 sizes larger or smaller, whatever, take the judgment out of it and just honor yourself where you are and say, okay, I'm not the same as I was in high school. I'm not the same as I was 5 years ago. Actually, for me, my personal body has changed. It changed when I had kids.
right.
In some ways, I feel like I'm in better shape now, but things have changed. My sizes are different. My whole body structure's changed after having kids, and now I'm in my 50s, so I've got different considerations. So it's really honoring where you are right now without the judgment, and just understanding that you deserve to look your best, whatever that is.
I like that. Let go of the judgment of yourself. I mean, I always kind of sometimes view be honest with yourself. But I like the way you said it. I think the way I said it really isn't the right way to say it. Don't judge yourself. That's a better way of saying it, because people they judge themselves. They look in the mirror. I mean, how many people look in the mirror, especially in the morning? We're getting older, and you go, when did this happen? Right.
Right.
So do you
that
recommend?
Was my story for years. For years I'd look in the mirror when I was much, much younger, and my whole entire family has struggled with weight. And so for me, I made it about me, and it was, I'm too fat, I'm not good enough, I'm this, I'm that. And I tell myself that every single day. And finally I hit a point and I said, no, I guess when I first became a mom, and I said, I can't do that anymore. And that really set me on a path to, as I like to say, empower other women through style, because through my own struggles, I realized I'm not the only one doing that.
Right, right. I asked you, where does one start? And I like that, let go of your judgment of yourself. But where do you start when somebody comes to you? Do you pause and say, okay, here's a person who has, gray hair, and, they're wearing purple. I'm making this up. I've got gray hair and I'm wearing just coincidentally, but do you start with colors of their features, dark skin, and?
Well, the first thing I do is we have a questionnaire that really asks, like, what are your goals? Where are you in your life? What are you happy with? What are you not happy with? What's your lifestyle? So I have a good understanding. And what's your age? Because I need to know, you might look 30, but you might be 50. It just helps me to know, where are you in your journey and what do you want to get out of this? And from there, I have 5 elements that I walk my clients through, basically 2 phases. And I do this whether it's style coaching or personal branding, but it all starts with our proprietary Style Finder ID system. And it's a system I created a decade ago because my clients kept telling me I don't have a style. And my whole philosophy is that everybody has a style, but it just gets buried. As we go through our lives and take care of our kids and everybody else and put everybody's needs first, our style gets buried. And then we become disconnected And so the first thing I do is have our clients take the assessment so I can understand like my style finder ID is dramatic, romantic, and sporty. And that tells
Dramatic,
me
romantic, and sporty.
40,
I,
yes.
I like that you actually attached an identity to your style, right? How
Yeah.
many people are hopefully, watching, and I'm looking at the list, and we're going to say some good mornings in a little while. But how many people are watching, never made a connection like, who am I? What is my why? Why am I here? Why do I dress the way I dress, right? You have to kind of identify that. Now, do you help them identify who they are?
Well, like I said, I start with the assessment, and the assessment really tells me who they are from the inside out. It's not me looking at them and saying, I think you're sporty. It's them answering the questions that I've created. And it's been interesting creating this whole assessment because people look at me, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so me. And I've had so many clients have aha moments through this, but it really helps me to understand it's not meant to limit anybody, but it's meant to give them clarity. Because if you look around, it's like, ooh, I could wear this, or I could wear that, or I could, be whatever. If you don't have clarity, it's confusion and chaos. And so when they take the assessment and they gain clarity, it gets them out of the overwhelm. They understand, ooh, I need to stay away from, purple shirts or whatever, prints or checks or whatever. And I
Right.
need to go for monochromatic colors, or I need to go for more elegant tailored pieces. It helps them discover who they really are. And from there, if I'm talking about branding, I have branding archetypes that we dive into that are attached to that, because it's your style, personality. It's the essence of who you are. Whether you're getting dressed, whether you're writing your thank you notes, whether you're designing your logo or hosting a radio show, whatever you're doing, it is the essence of who you are.
Yeah, that's interesting because, and I've been seeing that term, personal branding. It seems, I don't know if it's and you could answer this, if is it a modern trend? Like 10 years ago, I never heard the term personal branding. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know if it was a North Carolina thing. All of a sudden, I've met several personal branding coaches, and I go, what is with all this personal branding? But you are right. There are some, and I'll give you an example. And forgive me, I can't remember her name, but she does like the medical updates with President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish I could remember her name. But she's always got the scarf. She always looks very nice. You know what I mean? She almost has a brand. Like when she's
Mm-hmm.
going to be on the news, you could almost predict what she's going to look like, right? She wears the shawl, she wears the scarf, and she's very color coordinated. The earrings match the scarf, and I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it takes a lot of thought. I probably could never go there, but that's branding, right? Isn't that kind of a personal brand?
It is absolutely branding. And I think, branding's been around for a while. It's definitely not a North Carolina thing.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a thing. But
They're branding
I think
everywhere.
branding is everywhere. But I think in with the rise of so many entrepreneurs, and let's say you're a coach, like as me as a style coach. If you look at five style coaches, how do you know which one to go for? Well, you're going to go with the one that you resonate with. Maybe you like their style, because if you have five different style coaches, they're all going to have a very different, distinct style. And you're going to be drawn to the person who you resonate with the most. And for the way I look at personal branding, branding really is taking who you are and expressing it in everything that you do. And when you are authentic in that, you magnetically attract your ideal clients. They know who you are. You have a connection with them. They feel like, oh my gosh, I know you. I want to get to know you. I like your clothes. I like your hair. I like your voice. I like that you like coffee or you drink wine or whatever it is.
Right.
It's really opening a door to a relationship.
I like that. This is really interesting because for those who are watching, obviously, I hope that when the show is over and we're finished with our coffee this morning, I hope somebody literally walks away and says, Wow. Yeah. I need to step up. I'm thinking it already, right? I'm looking at myself in the camera. I don't even like this shirt. I really don't. I'm
Oh,
comfortable 7 in the morning in a t-shirt. I love the fact that I can do this show and just kind of do whatever I want. But
yeah.
then I started thinking the other day, maybe I need to like have t-shirts that have cool logos. Like well, maybe I could have a t-shirt brand, right?
There you go.
But do you find that because we talk about professionally and when people go to work, right? So now everybody's staying home. I've had more guests on the show say I don't get out of my pajamas until 3 o'clock. Maybe this is a good time for an introspection, an evaluation of yourself to
Yeah.
step up your game and go back to work to where people go, what the heck happened to her? She went home one person and came back 2 months later, someone else. Do you find people are maybe taking advantage of this time for this?
Oh, absolutely, Joe, especially as an entrepreneur. I mean, I own Style Finder Boutique, and we're taking advantage of it by the fact that, we're actually coming into our clients' living rooms 3 times a week by, going live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And so we're pivoting, but it's interesting because a lot of our clients have been coming out of the woodwork and shopping with us more now than they did before, even though they're staying at home. And I think one is, they want to feel beautiful, and they want to feel like, hey, I can get up and I've got something new to put on, even if I'm just going to stay at home. But we've had several clients sending us pictures in, their work attire for home, and they're wearing pretty much the same thing they would wear if they were going to the office, because they want to feel beautiful. They want to create that normalcy in their lives, and they want to feel good about themselves.
Right, right. I could just see the husband coming home, right? Walks through the door, and his wife is all dressed up to the nines, this whole new style. And he's like, where did you go today? What are you doing? What's up? Are you interviewing for a job? Like what's going on? But people really just, because it affects the way you feel, obviously,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's science. In fact, somebody was sending an article around about there is science behind the fact that if you get up, actually, a friend of mine posted something about makeup. And if you get up and you put your makeup on, it just makes you feel better. But if you get up, you take a shower, you do your hair, you're going to feel good. And then you're going to be like, okay, who can I can't really see anybody today, but who can I get on a Zoom call with? Or who can I call? What difference can I make in the world? You're going to want to show up because you feel good about yourself, and you're not sitting at home feeling like a lazy slug, which there are days that you just need to do that, and that's fine. But I think if you do it too often and you get in that rut, you're not feeling good, you're not making a difference for anybody, you're not going to feel good about yourself or your life.
I'm never wearing a t-shirt again.
But Joe, you rock a t-shirt, that's your brand, and that's totally
I
okay. Just
like
make sure you take
I
a
like
shower.
that you rock a t-shirt. That's beautiful. Let me just do a quick recap for those who just jumped in the room, if you don't mind. You're listening to Wake Up to the Vibe. I'm here with Michele Nidiffer, who is a style consultant and owns a boutique store called Style Finder. And she's joining us here on Wake Up to the Vibe. I'm going to do a real quick hello. I'd love to do a shout out. I'm trying to get better at this. Good morning, Bob, Nancy. Nancy must be enjoying the show. I know she has some interest in going down this road as being a style coach in upstate New York. Good morning, Marty, Gladys, and Bob. And Marion, wow, lots of people in the room this morning. Good morning to all of you. Tim, how are you? Kathy's in the room. I love it. You know, what's funny is like, I mentioned it yesterday. I'm seeing a lot of the same people. And if they stick with us on Wake Up to the Vibe, they're going to feel better. Now they're going to look better, right? If you stick with me for over a month, you'll be completely insane. So tell me, you mentioned something about people coming to you and you're in their homes and they're sending you pictures. Where are you as a style coach? And I'm, maybe where is the industry in being a style coach with
Mhm.
technology? You mentioned Zoom. Are you helping people get dressed in their bedroom and you're on their phone going, nope, that doesn't look good, doesn't match?
Well, actively, yeah, yes and no. Yes. I
Okay.
mean,
And
I
I'm
have a
trying to
bit,
picture this, somebody's going out to dinner and they have to call you
yeah,
on
we have
Zoom.
people calling, texting all the time. Hey, can I do this? Messaging us on Facebook. Hey, can I wear this? Hey, what about this? So yes, absolutely. I mean, I think in this day and age, it is the best. When I started 12 years ago, technology wasn't really a thing. We couldn't do virtual session, or maybe we could. I wasn't aware if we could.
Right.
But in this day and age, you can't see a client in person. Okay, let's just hop on a Zoom call. I've done color analysis. We look at your face shape, your body type, your personal scale, talk about your personal style. I can do all of that via Zoom.
I love it. There's almost a science behind what you're doing, and you know what I like about you, and I just for our listeners, like you're a guest, you were recommended by someone else. It's not like we go way back, but I immediately like you, and I can tell you why. You have a lot of great lines. Like I loved your line. Where are you in your journey?
Hmm.
That's a powerful statement. Like life is a journey. Where are you right now? Listen, because you were someplace 2 months ago or 2 years ago or 20 years ago, you could reinvent yourself immediately starting right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's, in this time of uncertainty, this time where we're all kind of stuck at home, it is a perfect time to reinvent yourself because when you emerge, the world's going to be different. But why can't you be different too? And I think, take this time, I know I'm taking this time to really reevaluate what's important now because what was important, maybe some things have shifted. I know for me personally, some things with my business are shifting. And we're really taking this opportunity, looking at this as an opportunity to do what we really want to do and for the right reasons.
So, and because I want to talk about your business,
Okay.
if somebody comes to you and they're asking for your advice, and you might look at their existing wardrobe and say, where are you today? And somebody comes to you and says, look, I just am not feeling it, and I got a new job and I really just want to step up my game. Tell me about your store. I've never been to your store. If you don't mind, just kind of give me an outline, paint the picture. What is Style Finder?
Sure. Well, we started Style Finder. Actually, May will be our 5th year, which is, it's been a crazy ride, but I've been a style coach for 12 years. And my husband heard me talk about working with my clients, and then I would take them shopping. And more times than not, we would not be able to find what we would need for my clients. So he actually said, hey, let's open a boutique. And my first words were, no way. Been there, done that. Don't want to do that again. But then I realized, what? It's a great opportunity. It's a great marriage of style coaching and having a boutique because, when you're style coaching, you're so much of what you're teaching and you can talk about it. But when you actually have the clothes and can go out and show somebody, hey, this is what I mean by creating a column of color, or this is how you can visually take off 10 pounds. They're like, oh my gosh, that's great.
You mean people can visually take off weight just visually?
Yes. Did you know? And actually, if you have long sleeves on your shirt, I know I'm wearing a kimono that's got 3/4 length sleeves. But if I had long sleeves, I tell my clients, push your sleeves up. I mean, maybe not that far, but push your sleeves up.
I have dinosaur arms. I'm like that dinosaur reaching for the check.
3/4 length sleeves. If you have long sleeves and you push your sleeves up to 3/4 length, takes off 5 to 10 pounds. I kid you not.
Wow.
It doesn't work for everything, but
yeah, but
pushing your sleeves up, they don't always stay. But if, like for a woman, if she puts on a cardigan and holds her arms down by her sides, it widens her. But if she pushes the sleeves up, it's like, ooh, you just got skinny.
Wow.
And we've noticed the pants, we carry a lot of what we call modern fit pants, which are, comfortable pants. They're pull-on pants, but they're not like, matronly pull-on pants. I know some people, when you say pull-on pants, they think, but these pull-on pants are the bomb. And we had a client who had been shopping with us in one of our online shows who lives, where does she live? She lives in Pennsylvania. So she had never shopped with us before, but she's been watching us online. We're actually online at our Facebook group called Style Made Simple, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11. And she had been shopping with us. She got a pair of pants and they're slim fitting. She said, I have never felt so skinny in my entire life.
Wow.
What other color does this come in?
Wow. That's
so
it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of proportion. It's how you put it all together, and it's just, the nuances that style coaches can teach you.
Well, they make pants, and I think it was on Shark Tank. Yeah, I'm a Shark Tank addict. I just love that show, and
Yeah.
there were a couple of ladies presenting a pair of pants that had like they pad the booty to make your body look different. And I'll never forget it because Mr. Wonderful was like, yeah, but how disappointed am I going to be when you're getting undressed and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute. So I don't know why I just thought of that, but it was on Shark Tank. This is not me talking.
So but it's true. It's like, that's not really what we teach.
Right.
But some people, that's where you want to go. But.
Yeah, well, sure. I was wondering if I can get a shirt that make me look like, they'll see me.
Actually, you can. They make Spanx for men now.
Spanx.
But they also you can get something that had like lines that make you, anyway.
Oh, no, I am definitely going to be talking to you. The minute you said I rock a t-shirt, you got a client out of me. So
awesome.
now, back to your store. They could come to your store. You could coach them in the store. You could show them different samples, whether it's samples of scarves. And I don't know much about women's clothing, but it's all women's clothing in your store. Am I correct when I say that?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you go about knowing what to even put in the store? I mean, are you following trends? Because I always try to picture the 60-year-old woman who wants to look like she's 19. And I scratch my head sometimes when I see that. It's because you automatically go, come on, really? Right? I mean,
right. Well, I think because I've been a style coach for so many years and I've gotten in so many clients' closets, I've seen patterns and I've seen what women gravitate towards. So if you come into our store, well, first of all, I don't buy anything that I don't personally like. Okay. I do buy a lot of things I wouldn't personally wear, but I have to like it for my client who's classic, or I have to like it for my client who's contemporary, or my client who's whimsical. And so really we have a client avatar that we created, and I ask myself, what does she want to wear? And so we've created this, I'm reluctant to say this fictional character, but this fictional character that we use, or the set of 3 fictional characters that we use. And we ask ourselves, okay, would Nancy wear it? Would so-and-so wear it? Because each of our client profiles has different characteristics. Maybe one is, a professional and she travels a lot. And so we know what her needs are. One thing we really specialize in is helping our clients build wardrobe capsules. And actually we did a show yesterday. We did what we called our capsule challenge, where my manager and we each built a wardrobe capsule with 5 items of clothing, and we created 5 different outfits. So, but we really specialize in helping our clients know what to wear. And so we really dig deep. Do they need, what's most important? Is it comfort? Is it, that they don't want to iron it? Is it that the fabrics feel good to the touch? Because I have clients who walk through and they're touching everything.
Sure.
I know what your style, I know what your style personality is based on that.
Yeah. Interesting. So to summarize things, you will go to their house. I mean, let's just kind of exclude this whole coronavirus situation, right?
Sure.
And the normal that we once knew, and when we get back there, you will go to their house. You can look at their existing wardrobe. I love the fact that you said we can go shopping. Do you still do that? You still go shopping with your clients?
Well,
or is it strictly your store?
I actually no longer go to my clients' homes to get into their closet. Rarely do I.
Right.
We have a style coach on staff who that's her specialty. And so we really like our style coach, Kirsten. She's the closet master.
A closet master.
Yeah, she'll get in closets.
I love that title.
But when I work with clients, really it's, and she also works with them to do this what we call our Style Finder 101 session. I'm really focused more on working one-on-one with my clients for the personal branding aspect of it. And with that, I realize, I mean, a style finder, we can't be all things to all people. And so if I have
Right.
a branding client who is getting out and, speaking or presenting to, high level CEOs and they need to wear a suit, we don't carry suits. We carry a lot of great professional separates, but we don't carry, there's certain things we don't carry. And so, yeah, we'll go shopping at wherever we need to go, whether it's online, whether it's in person, however we need to do it so that they get their needs met.
Sure. Do you ever get corporations coming to you? Maybe the CEO reaches out to you and says, I'm going to send my sales team in to talk to you. For some reason, just thought that was a great idea. Does that actually happen?
I have actually had corporations and businesses come to me and brought me in to talk to their staff about, here's what you need to wear, here's what to focus on, here's how to kick your image up a few notches. I've spoken to a lot of women's groups and professional organizations, just from a lot of different aspects. I mean, I talk about branding, I talk about self-confidence, and you're really just looking good, feeling good. I have also been brought in to talk about what not to wear because there were, and actually this has been a recent, fairly, well, it's been over the past few years, but recently this topic has come up more often where younger, I guess millennials have been wearing their no-nos, wearing the fashion don'ts. Skirts too short, too
Right.
much cleavage, their bra straps. Yeah, and I find even women have a hard time saying, how do I talk to them? How do I know what to say to them? And so they'll bring me in to do a presentation to everybody so they're not singled out.
Right, right. I have a 23-year-old and, you know, 23-year-old. So, fresh out of college and, they would go to class, wearing like whatever they had on the night before. It's like, oh my gosh, I hope you grow out of that phase. Right. And one day he came over to visit me and he had this really nice Tommy Bahama shirt. It was a beautiful shirt. And he had these nice pants on, and I literally was like, "What is up?" And so he knew a gentleman who gave him a bunch of clothes. The guy cleaned out his closet, and the guy had some really nice clothes. But like when my son walked through the door, he looked like a model. I was like, I think he's beautiful anyway, but I was like, whoa, Dom, this has got to be your new thing. You look amazing. You look like a movie star. He goes, Dad, I have to tell you, I feel good.
Yeah, it makes such a difference when you up your game. It makes a difference. But here's the key. I think a lot of people think, well, I can just walk into a nice boutique and buy an expensive outfit and I'm going to feel like $1,000,000. That's not the case because it's got to come from the inside.
Right.
You can put any clothes on your body, but if it's not the right clothes, it's not going to make you feel good. So clearly he tapped into what was right for him.
Yeah.
And that's why he felt so good.
Yes, this is exciting. I feel like you and I can talk all morning long on this topic. It's a lot of fun. Well, listen, Michele, I want to thank you, but before I'm gonna kind of segue out of the show, but before I do you help clients in California, Ohio, Pennsylvania? It doesn't matter where they live, right?
Not in this day and age of technology. I can work with clients all over the world. In fact, I've worked with clients in France. I've worked with clients in Canada.
Beautiful. So with that said, how does someone get a hold of you? I mean, obviously, if they're in Ohio, they're not going to come to your store, but how would one contact you?
Well, there are a couple of different, I guess the easiest way is to go to our website, shopstylefinder.com.
Shopstylefinder.com.
Stylefinder.com is our website, or they could send an email to me at Michele with one L at shopstylefinder.com.
Beautiful. And by any chance, do you actually sell clothing online?
Well, funny that you asked. We are getting ready to. Well, in this day and age of, this recent climate, we are setting up our website for e-commerce. It is not up at the moment, but it will be up very soon. In fact, we're in the boutique this weekend taking pictures and and getting ready to launch that.
Outstanding. Outstanding. So we're going to be able to shop online, shopstylefinder.com. You can go to the boutique store in North Hills in Raleigh, North Carolina, right?
Or you can tune in Monday, Wednesday, Friday for Style Finder Live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you have to go to our Facebook group and request to join, and that's called Style Made Simple.
Style Made Simple is the Facebook group.
And that's where we're hosting Style Finder Live. And we're doing different topics. Every Friday is going to be what we call last call. And it's kind of like a flash sale. Like, we've got two of these left or one of this left. And, it's just fast and furious.
You're like the home shopping network though, right? In your own little spot. I love it. And you're not,
Fridays are last.
It doesn't conflict with my show at 7.
That's right. You can get up early, watch you, take a break, go back to bed.
That's exactly it. Well, listen, I want to thank you very much for joining me this morning. It's been a great pleasure. I've learned a lot. I really do believe you're going to have a client on your hands because I need to step up my t-shirt game. I need some cool t-shirts. And then, you know what? I'll even give you credit.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, Joe, it's been a pleasure to be here this morning.
Thank you so much. Don't run away, though, because you and I are going to talk afterwards. Let me just do my little exit here, and I'll be right back. So you're waking up to the vibe here, ladies and gentlemen. That was my special guest, Michele Nidiffer.